Hello, my name is Revandi Ceka Octaviano. Today, I will present you the development of applied linguistics. So, first of all, is the foundational period. In the 1940, applied linguistics started because of the World War II. Many governments needed people who could speak foreign language quickly, especially for military and diplomat work. As a result, they use behaviorist theories which saw language learning as a habit formation. The audiolingual method became popular. It used drill and repetition to teach sentence patterns. Language was seen mostly as sound and structure, and the goal was fast, correct speaking, not deep understanding. In 1950, this approach continued to be used in many classrooms. Teachers often compared the learner's first language with the target language to predict where mistaken would happen. This was called contrastive analysis. The field was still very focused on practice, and applied linguistics was mainly seen as a tool for teaching and solving language learning problems. In 1960s, big change began when Chomsky criticized behaviorism. He argued that language learning was not only about forming habits, but also about thinking and creativity. He introduced the idea of inborn language ability, universal grammar. Because of this, applied linguistics started to include ideas about how the mind works when learning a language. Academic programs in applied linguistics also began to appear in universities. And the next is expansion period. In the 1970s, researchers focused more on how learners develop their own version of the target language, called interlanguage. Salinger, 1972. Mistakes were no longer seen as bad, but as a normal part of learning. At the same time, Wilhelms introduced the idea of communicative competence, knowing how to use language in social situations. This led to communicative language teaching, or CLT, where the focus shifted from grammar drills to real-time communication. During the 1980s, the field became more interdisciplinary. It started to include ideas for other fields such as psychology, education, and sociology. Researchers also look more closely at how language is used in the real situations. Vygotsky's socio-cultural theory became influential. It said that language learning happens through interaction with others. Applied linguistics was no longer only about teaching, but also about how language works in society. The next is institutionalizations. In the 1990s, applied linguistics continued to grow. It now includes areas like language testing, translation studies, and language policy. Researchers also become more interested in how language connects to power, identity, and society. Critical discourse analysis and systemic functional linguistics help scholars to study how language is used in media, politics, and education. The field became more critical and more connected to real-world issues. In 2000s, globalizations and technology brought new change. People moved more and different language came into contact. Researchers focus on multilingualism and how people mix language in everyday life. New tools like computers and corpora, large text database were used in research and teaching. Complexity theory and ecological approach also appeared, which saw language learning as a dynamic process affected by many factors such as context, identity, and social roles.